Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sarap Sundays. I'm Jen of Indulgent Eats, and I'm here to take you through all the sarap or delicious food of the Philippines. I got my Philippines jersey that is actually my husband's, but it's fitting for this video because I'm showing you how to make an absolute staple in Filipino cuisine, garlic rice, also known as Sinangag in Tagalog, which is the language of the Philippines. Garlic rice is something that can be eaten with every single meal. It's a staple in Filipino breakfasts, which are also called silogs. And if you've been following me, you know that last episode of Sarap Sundays, I made a silog with garlic rice, but I made a healthier version of it with cauliflower. This week, we are making the real deal with rice. Actual carbs and goodness. And what sets Filipino style garlic rice apart from, say, a Chinese fried rice or other types of fried rice is that we top our garlic rice with crispy fried garlic. And what this does is it not only gives you that pungent and irresistible flavor, but it adds this little extra bit of texture with these crispy golden brown morsels of deliciousness that get mixed into your rice. So I'm gonna show you 3 key tricks to making sure that you have the absolute best garlic rice that you can. So rule number 1, you need a lot of garlic and it needs to be fresh. This should be kind of a no-brainer. It's literally called garlic rice. You need pretty much a minimum of 5 cloves of garlic for every 2 servings, I'd say. I like to crush it, and that'll help you get the peel off pretty easily. And it'll also help you in terms of mincing your garlic if it's already crushed. The more that you mince your garlic, the more that when you mix it all together, it'll be interspersed in your garlic rice. And so every bite will kind of get a chunk of that fried garlic. And the easiest way to do this is by rocking your knife back and forth. I know it's more convenient to use the garlic that you can find already minced in a jar that you kind of keep in the refrigerator. That type of garlic has some preservatives that change the flavor of the garlic. And in some cases, it might even have some sugar in it. That stuff is great to use in like stir fries, things like that, where there's a lot of other flavors or sauces. But for Filipino garlic rice, you really want to have fresh garlic. It's just going to provide the best flavor. And you can see all of that garlic that will flavor this amount of garlic rice. All right, so that brings us to rule number 2. Fry your garlic separately from your rice. I know it might be easy to just toss everything together and stir fry it, but because you want to have that crispy fried garlic on top for texture and flavor, you really want to fry your garlic separately. This is about a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and so now we're going to add our garlic. Ooh, yes. Oh, it already smells so good. And so the reason you want to fry your garlic separately from your rice is that minced garlic is kind of a tricky ingredient. It's very easy to go from delicious, golden brown, crispy to burnt. And you know this for a fact if you saw my last video where I accidentally burnt a lot of garlic. So by cooking it separately and on a medium-low setting, you're doing 2 things. You're making sure that you can get your garlic to that perfect golden fried color, and you're also allowing the garlic to really infuse flavor into the oil. Garlic flavor will still be prevalent in the rice because you're going to fry the rice in that garlic oil. So you can see, oh my god, I wish you could smell this. You can see that it's really starting to take on a beautiful color. Ideally, you would also mince your garlic into really even pieces. You can see that the tiny little pieces are frying a little faster than the bigger ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start taking those out. And you want to, again, separate it from the oil. May have minced it too fine. That's okay. So now you can see that we have this beautiful, toasty, crispy, nutty, golden fried garlic. So you want to keep this in a separate pan, and now you have your garlic oil ready to go in your pan. You want to increase the heat And this is gonna bring us to rule number 3. In order to make the best rice, you want to use cold leftover rice. And you wanna actually like just go ahead and crumble it up right into your pan, break it up. And the reason for using cold rice is that cold leftover rice has already dried out some moisture in the fridge. And so the result is that you're going to have that ideal texture of, well, you're gonna have sticky fingers. And so by using cold leftover rice, it's already dried out a little bit in the fridge. And so the result is that unlike when you get a fried rice where it's kind of like sticky or soggy or gummy, you want to have that texture where you can almost like feel the individual grains of rice in your mouth as you bite through it. And so cold leftover rice will provide you with that since it's a little bit more dried out. And you can actually see it's already kind of like the grains of rice are separating. Now it's time to season our garlic rice. And so you can either use salt or you can do what I like to do, which is use fish sauce, also known as patis in Tagalog. And this is gonna provide you with not only salt and seasoning, but some umami. Since that fish sauce is fermented, it has that just extra oomph and flavor. And that's really what's gonna make your garlic rice just be so freaking delicious. And I like to use fish sauce over soy sauce just because soy sauce really has a quite distinct and more intense flavor. And in this case, you really want the garlic to be the star flavor. And I think the fish sauce is just a little more subtle. It's a little bit more like salt, but with some pizzazz. And so I think it just lends itself a little bit better. And that's kind of it. So make sure you really combine everything well. Maybe I can try and do a little toss. Okay, that's not working. I don't have the scales, sorry guys. But this looks good now. You can see it's taken on a really nice color in the rice. I'm gonna take a little, oh man, it's gonna be so good. And now it's time to plate our garlic rice. So you could easily just throw it onto a plate, but as the saying goes, it's more fun in the Philippines, and so we always usually will put the rice into a bowl and then put it upside down on a plate in order to make like a mold. So I have this really fun kind of rose petal shaped bowl. I've never done this before, but we're gonna see if we can make kind of a even more fun shaped mound of garlic rice. First, you wanna add your fried garlic chips into the bowl. And I just wanna give you a little ASMR, like listen to how crunchy. Garlic rice. Okay, so first you want to put a little bit of fried garlic into your bowl, and then I'm going to fill it with garlic rice. That steamy goodness. And you want to pack the rice into that mold. Try and get the rice flat on the bottom. Take your plate, put it on top of your bowl, and flip. Jiggle it around, and voila! The shape didn't really quite translate, but it still looks good. I didn't quite get the curly edges. Let's try again with this other bowl. Same thing, put it on top, and flip. And reveal. Ooh, so this one was flatter since the bowl I used was kind of bigger. So here we have it, 2 little mounds of garlic rice. It's time to try the garlic rice or sinangag. I went ahead and cooked up a fried egg. I already kind of dug into it in order to get some really awesome yolk porn photos with it. But now comes the moment of truth. Time to eat it. There's just so much garlic flavor. You get those little crunches of garlic. So obviously this would typically be paired with a breakfast meat like tocino, longanisa, or spam, as you saw in my last video. But even on its own, it's just so good. And garlic rice doesn't only have to be eaten during breakfast. You can eat it with chicken adobo, per one of my other videos. One of my absolute favorite combinations is sizzling sisig with garlic rice. I will definitely be doing a future video on how to make sizzling sisig. That is an awesome pair. Really, any Filipino food, because what doesn't taste good with rice and garlic? Now, next Sarap Sundays video, I'm actually going to be showing you something really fun to make with garlic rice. So try this out, make this recipe, and then make sure you make extra garlic rice and have it saved and left over in your fridge. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you'll be the first to find out what it is. But trust me, it's a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next Sarap Sundays. Ingat!